Abeokuta, the rock city of Ogun State. Well, we welcome to Your Image, the public relations program that is concerned with the socio-cultural development, education, national unity, growth, and development of Nigeria. Today, I have great minds that I'm going to relate with. And of course, they are personalities of repute. Without wasting your time, I'd like to welcome Mr. Dele Ayodo. Mr. Ayodo is a public affairs analyst and a veteran journalist. You're welcome, sir.
Well, it's nice to be here once again. Let me say good afternoon, Ogun. Good afternoon, Nigeria. And of course, I'm elated to be in the midst of, in my own words and sincerity, VIPs.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. And I decided to inform you that I had a big fish, a man of repute, a renowned public speaker, trainer, and educationist. He's also an engineer. I'm talking about Mr. Abeokuta. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
It's nice having you here.
Thank you. Good afternoon, viewers. Such a pleasure to be here.
It's nice having you. And the topic we are looking at is an assessment of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's take-off decisions. 16 days ago, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was inaugurated as the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and certain decisions have been taken. And according to him, he said, I asked for the job of the President. I campaigned for it. No excuses. I will live up to the bill. Mr. Fijabi, is he living up to the bill?
So far, so good. The removal of subsidy, a very bold step. The unification of the foreign exchange rates from about 12 to only 1 now. The appointments have been spread across the nation. He has signed 2 bills. He has been able to bring sanity into CBN and the macroeconomic space. He has also been able to stamp his authority on the corruption issue by suspending the EFCC chairman. And he keeps making promises as to what he will do. And the man who is said to be sick and to be fragile has been busy every day. You wonder if he sleeps.
Those were campaign strategies.
So in a way, so far so good, and we only pray that it will continue in these strides and it will keep making decisions that will be in the overall best interest of the nation.
We hope so.
Even though they may be painful at the beginning, eventually they will bring the succor we're looking for.
Well,
progress.
That's opinion.
My opinion.
And an assessment too. Dele.
Of course, it's also my opinion.
Okay. Are you saying he's on the right path?
He is. Like the first word engineer that we used, so far, so good. That's also what I'm saying. In 1999, to be honest, the then President Olusegun Obasanjo also had a good takeoff. Like we do say, we say hit the ground running. And for anybody who travels, who use the air as its means of transport, you know that pilots and those travelers will say there are 3 stages of the journey. The first and the last 2 are very key to how the journey will be. The takeoff and then the landing. Most times, we've had people do have a good takeoff. That's why I mentioned that President Olusegun Obasanjo, in fairness, had a good takeoff. He hit the ground running in 1999. The late Posaya Adua also did same. He had a good takeoff by my assessment, 1999. And since then, the other two, again, in my opinion, you may disagree with it. You don't have to agree with it. The other two were never here nor there. Neither the takeoff, the landing, or the journey itself. When you've been asked to, take off your seat belt, they were never something to much talk about. So I just hope that it's not going to be the takeoff alone that will be seen. But I must confess that I, as a Nigerian, as a stakeholder, I'm happy with the takeoff. I want to talk about bills, the laws the National Assembly were making, and I say boldly, it doesn't matter what anybody says, you don't have to agree with me on that, that most of the bills they say they pass does not have a direct progressive positive impact on majority of we Nigerians. But for the first time, just two bills, these ones has direct impact on almost every house. So I think that's something cheering. I'll just implore all of us don't have to go the same direction. So it does not, there is nothing wrong if we have people criticize or stand as opposition. It's good for the entirety. It's good for the system. Nothing wrong in that. But let those who love Nigeria continue to work, because we still, as individuals, also have a lot to do, a lot within us. Maybe when we get there, we also talk about the personal discipline, commitment of individuals. You don't have to be in government. In your home, as a father, as a child, as the leader of the one you call small or even a market, open market group, how self-discipline, how self-control are you? All these matters at ensuring that the president's flight, the current flight, pilot, has a good and smooth journey.
Thank you very much. Sophie Jabi?
Yes.
Well, you agree that you said, as far as we are concerned, it's a good takeoff. When you look at the impact of the recent decisions so far, is it going to reduce the incidence of trust deficit between the citizens and the government?
Yeah. I think we are beginning to see the bridging of the deficit, of the gap between the trust gap between the government and the people. I mean, all you need to do is just go to the market. I am glad the National Labour Party, Labour Congress, did not go ahead with their strike. It would have been an unmitigated disaster, because majority of Nigerians were not willing to do that. There was just this belief that we can trust the government. We are feeling the pain. This pain is rather much, but we want to give him the chance, the opportunity to prove himself. Maybe he has a good motive, he has a good plan. And when you get to that stage in which you can be able to see the electorate or the people having a modicum of trust on the leadership, it's a good development. I'm sure it's not fully there yet.
What do you think is attributable to this?
I think the confidence that he exudes. You saw that confidence during the campaign. Amawole. Emiloko. This is what we're going to do. People have said of all the presidential candidates, I think it's debatable, but I tend to believe it, that he was the most prepared. It's that he had been prepared all of his life for this. Yeah. He knew what to do. And nothing is as good as when a leader knows where he is going. I know he will normally say, "Excelento mono." I know where we are going. Follow me. and it goes there first. So I think that trust gap is still there. It is there in every nation of the world. But in Nigeria it has been so wide. Wide to the point that we would not believe anything our leaders say. We just read meanings into it. But a situation in which majority of people are giving you the opportunity to prove yourself, I think it's a good development.
Thank you very much. Saido, when you look at the impact of the subsidy removal, which has which has increased the cost outlay expenditure of citizens, companies and the like. Of course, ultimately, there's an increased revenue going to the purse of the government. And if we have that, how do you think government should be able to approach these excess funds? I remember Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission distributed about, was it 700 billion?
I can't remember.
Of recent. And it is being assumed that we might have up to 1 trillion with this excess money that is being taken away from the personal expenditure of individuals, government, and then the subsidy removal. How do you advise government? What intervention programs do you think government should come up with?
Running government is not easy. It's not what anybody can just sit down. Sometimes even what you think, what you visualize, conceptualize when you want to put it into practicals, could run into hiccups. But I think one good thing that is running for this administration and that has been lacking, one, is that it must get the trust of the governed. Once you get their trust, so if you tell them that you are going to do this, they